light it up, represent, gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Light it up, represent, had to do it hella big, had to run it back again. Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again.
Stop.
Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again.
People in the back, get 'em up. One time for the people in the back, get 'em up. One time for the people in the back, get 'em up. One time for the people in the back, in the back, in the back. For the people in the back, 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 back. For the people in the back, 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 back. For the people in the back, for the people in the back, for the people in the
Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again.
Stop.
Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Run it back again. Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again.
Stop.
Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Run it back again. Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Light it up, represent, gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Light it up, represent, had to do it hella big, had to run it back again. Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again.
Stop.
Hello, people. Happy Thursday. Alright. I'm like a mod, right? Something like that. Alright. Scored song. Time for some funk. We all love funk. Totally no sarcasm there. Do I do them randomly? I typically do the first 5 in order and then random. And the frequency at which I reset the form all depends on my mood. So, we'll see how that happens. That soul's not bad so far. It's very green. You are watching some Poppy Playtime. Cool. You love the name? What, Destruve? Thanks. You have curling on Thursdays, Toiler? Well, good. Have fun with that. Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing alright. Fairly tired today, but what can you do? A lot of this level is just like very much dark background and then a little bit of blot design showing. Kind of wish there was more in the background because it does kind of go towards the empty feeling, which kind of sucks, unfortunately. Do I have high standards? What do you guys think? For the people who have gone to my streams multiple times, what's your answer to that question? See, the chat reaction to that message is exactly what my standards are. They're very variable. It all depends on if I like a level or not. If the level looks cool but plays like shit, I'm not gonna like it. If the level sucks but plays awesome, I might like it, you know? Yeah, this level could use a little bit more in the background, so I think a rate is probably the most I'll send that for. This is a peak song, by the way. I haven't seen an RV3T level in a while. Seems like they haven't really done much stylistic changes since the last time I saw one of the levels. I don't know, it kind of looks similar to what I've seen last time I got a level from theirs. Parallax is at least correct, so good on that. Not the biggest fan of the over-reliance on this area move on the entire level. And like these parts, like of the song, they don't really feel well represented. Like there's a couple of like song transition areas where the level just continues on. What are the hitboxes here? Okay. Little odd gameplay here. I will say the background parallax is kind of wrong. And it's also a little short, unfortunately. What's another way to get a mod to see my levels besides level request streams? A lot of mods have Discord servers, which they take level requests in. I do as well, so feel free to join that if you want. If not, there are some mods who take level requests via geometry messages. I don't know that listing off the top of my head. I think Haichi is one of them. Other than that, I could not tell you. And then beyond that, there's a couple of mods that look through like Twitter pretty often, so there's a possibility that you might get your level seen on there. I don't know. Yeah, this level, it's standard RVT3 affair. There's a couple of parts that I enjoyed, but unfortunately a lot of it is like very much relies on that area move, and it kind of makes all the block designs like have a bunch of gaps in them and like overlap and just a bunch of stuff that could be avoided without that area move. So I think a skip on that should suffice. I put in the level request message, right? Yeah, okay, good. Good. Great, sir. How do you become mod in GD? On the RobTop Games frequently asked questions page, there's like a list of qualities that like people look for in mods. So obviously, like, I met those qualities, but beyond that, first of all, this song is ass. Second of all, I did a review. What am I trying to say? I'm getting distracted by this song. I was a reviewer in Sparks server for a couple months. So doing like a level review series on your channel is always nice. Becoming a reviewer in a mods Discord server is also another great way to do that, because it puts you on the radar. But as well, all beyond that, make sure that you fill out the mod application form once every couple months. Don't do it like every month, because it would kind of seem like you're a little obsessive about it. I would just try to do it like once every time that the levels within the form gets reset, which I honestly do not know the frequency of that. I know it was recently in my levels and then Splinter 25 levels, I think, currently, but I forget when that occurred. This level's alright. The colors are a little bright. I wish that there was a little bit more contrast between the background and the foregrounds. It's very like simple, like 1.9 style, which I do appreciate, but I think the colors are a little too bright for my liking, and I'm not the really biggest fan of this song. Hate to say it. I'm still not used to 2.2 dual ship physics, man. I'm still used to the heavy ship physics. That's also a evil coin at the end. Modulator, that is what I am. I think I'll pass on this one just because of what I said throughout it. A lot of it was me rambling on about the mod question, but I was definitely collecting thoughts in my head. I think that I kind of wrapped it up at the ending. If I currently have a level with a CBF blocker, would it still get rated if I hack, verify, and update to remove it now that it's in game? It's too hard for you to rebeat. Preferably if it was rebeated legit, then possibly. Obviously, if you hack, verify something, I would ask an Elder mod about it though, because there are some cases like that where if it's like just doing that, they might allow it to be unlocked or allow you to update it, but only if it's like a small like visual bug change or something. I think that CBF blocker might go into that alley of just a minor change, but I don't know. I'm not an Elder, so I could not tell you. This level's neat so far. I like this part a lot, actually. Good atmosphere. Wish there was maybe like one more layer in the background, because there is a lot of like empty space up in here, up over here. This part's a little bit more simple. Not really sure what the hitboxes are either. Also, there's a weird like difference like with some of these blocks having 3D and some of them not having 3D. Not sure how I feel about that consistency. What's the difference between a mod and Elder mod? Mod, basically what we can do is what I'm doing right now, and that is sending levels. An Elder mod is allowed to delete comments, delete levels, unlock levels that are beyond a certain threshold for them to be updated by the creators. They can comment ban people, and they can delete comments from everyone, and then they can delete profile posts as well. They can purge accounts. They can whitelist artists on Newgrounds as well. I think this one's cool. I think I sent that for 4. I'm so chill. Thanks. I can't tell if that's a compliment or a I'm tired, which I'm currently tired, so I guess that'll attribute to my current chillness. I know that like there's some other mods who are way more expressive than I am, but I'm just here for the vibes. I'm not trying to be a clip former or anything. I always hate whenever I tab out of GD and I go back in, and like my FPS counter on the top left, the Steam overlay FPS counter doesn't come back, and like the screen like glitches out a little bit. It's super annoying. So we have a pretty old school style level, a little bit of movement as well, so you could attribute that to like something like Disney Nostalgist, which I actually like Disney Nostalgist a lot, but I definitely feel like it's one of those one and done levels that can only be done, you know, back when it was made. I do wish there was a little bit more like objects within these blocks. Like you could have easily done like the pulsing sticks. Those are actually like a pretty good object to use in these older levels because it gives the level just a little bit more character, a little bit more dynamic nature instead of being so so static. I mean, obviously like the orbs and the stuff like that don't pulse in practice mode for some reason with the blue songs, which I'm not sure if that's a bug. It just feels weird. Unusual join activity detected in my Discord server. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? Gameplay was actually pretty decent in this one. So I think I could set that for a rate. Alright. Those were the first 5 levels in order, and I do not see any skip requests, so I will go ahead and start the random number generation portion of this stream. Starting from number 7 on the form to 326. Great odds at the beginning of the stream, guys. Thank you all for coming out tonight. 111. Jericho song. Time to mute your stream, guys. Very simple modern style. I've seen this background a lot of times in modern levels. It's just one of those backgrounds that like, it's like the that one spiral background you see in like every single like Goalers level, or like people who make like similar styles to Goalers. There's always that one spiral background. Not the biggest fan of these colors. I think it's, like, for once, too desaturated. Do I go through every request? I do not, just because of the sheer amount of requests that I get on these streams. Like, if I were to currently go through 300 levels, I would be streaming for at least 12 hours. A year ago. No creative points, so I'll help him out. Is it possible to become a mod if you don't have Discord? I actually don't know of that question. Obviously, being a Discord member or having a Discord account obviously helps because of the general amount of like you know, interaction you can do. But I can see why people don't want to have a Discord account. I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't looked at the mod forum in a while, there's a field that is your Discord account. I can't recall. Do I read both YouTube and Twitch chats? I do. Isn't this the peaceful song? It is the peaceful song. Yeah. This gameplay is confusing. There's a lot of like going at the top of the screen, back to the bottom of the screen. It's a very cute vibe. Do wish it was a little more dynamic. Like you get a couple of movements here and there, but a lot of the blocks aren't really moving that much. The anti-spam question changes every single time I reset. That is correct. How did I survive that, bro? This guy's going through it. He's going through it, bro. This song is so funny. It's a very cute level. Other than that, fairly simple style that I do wish had a little bit more going on. Does Mr. Spaghetti have a Discord? Yes, Mr. Spaghetti does. Mope revived. You send me a DM, could I check it out later? Yeah, if I remember. Kind of tired today, so well, hopefully I'll remember. I think this level's idea is pretty similar to Peaceful's, which, I mean, I'm not saying it's derivative of Peaceful, but that's pretty much like one of the only ideas you can do with this song. I think that the deco is decent. It just, for me, needs to be leveled up a little bit more. It's like fairly repetitive throughout the sections. I think that there could have been a little bit more like changes in the deco between parts. So I think if that was changed, I'll probably send that for maybe a rate. But as it currently stands, I will skip out on that for now. Can I play Tidal Wave? No. This isn't a... This is a level request stream for mods. This is not a level request stream for play whatever I want. 360. Shred-a-geddon. Alright. Okay. Got a bit of a pixel style level here. Do wish that these blocks, these spikes were decorated though. They seem to be just the 1.0 spikes. Am I a real mod? No, I'm a shadow mod. Yes, I'm a real mod. Oh. Good intensity. I wish there was a little bit more going on with the colors. It's been the same color scheme throughout the entire level so far. Also, I'm not the biggest fan when levels do this, where it's just like, alright, I'm going to place a saw blade in the middle of every single orb to make you buffer the orb. I'm just never been the biggest fan of that gameplay. Shadow mods are real confirmed. Nah. The fact that people actually believe that, That message was funny. It's just a joke. Shadow mods are not real. This one's got some decent ideas. Colors were decent. Wish they changed it up. Thank you, Modem, for the hydrate, by the way. Gameplay had some highlights throughout the level, but I feel like it's overall kind of standard gameplay that I've seen a lot. Can't really say much more about this level. Hypnotic Tide, I've already sent that level. I played that level when it got released on stream like a couple weeks ago, or whenever it got released. So I think maybe I'll send this for a rate. Alright. 369 levels in the queue. 339. Somebody put a wave emoji in their response to ship or wave. That's funny. Hi, good luck. I've already got a bad feeling about this. Nope, we're good. First things first, add some blending on that glow in the background. Non-blending glow is, it just doesn't look good in my opinion. Designs are fairly simple. Yo, thank you for the bit. Appreciate it. Designs are really simple in this level. Kind of wish that they're a little bit more intricate. Some pulsing work would also be really nice, because it's kind of just the background that's pulsing as well. Maybe having some of the blocks, like the little squares in the blocks, like alternate pulsing. That'd be pretty cool. I do appreciate that you made the colors of the blocks coincide with the game mode that you are currently. Do I speak Spanish? Not really. I took Spanish class in high school and in college, but I don't really remember it. Like, I know some Spanish, but nothing to have a full conversation in. Yeah, I think that this level just needed a little bit more deco, unfortunately. Gameplay was alright. Alright. Yeah, but anybody putting their IDs in the chat, please put their ID in the form. 378. 190. We have an extreme demon. Time to watch the video. We have a Reddit level. Alright. Can you send the mod application multiple times? Yeah, you're able to. It won't overwrite your previous response. I can't tell if I think this is in game. This is a cool transition. This level is kind of like, I feel like Reddit levels like this have really gotten like really repetitive for me, unfortunately. Although it's fairly short. Do I play the levels in the order they are sent? I do not. Just because of the sheer amount of levels that I get. Say hi if you see this. Hi. One vid only. Nice robot, by the way. Say bye if I see this. Bye. Stream's ending, guys. I said bye. Where am I from? Virginia. I'm not having everybody in chat say hi if you see this, alright? We're not doing this. We're not doing that. But yeah, pretty much your standard Reddit level nowadays. I feel like Reddit levels could have a little bit more originality to them. I feel like a lot of them have really regurgitated the same style that I've seen in levels like 5+ years ago, unfortunately. I guess let's go ahead and see how the replacement song sounds. That's a lot of keyframes, buddy. Seems to be an instrumental version of the song, so that's at least nice. Seems to be an instrumental version of the song, which is good. So I think I might send this for a feature, but like kind of like a lower end feature, just because it's not really the most original level out there. Sup, 1000? How you doing? $3.90. Chilling? Good to hear. It's freaking raining at my house right now. It's not fun. It's just been such a gloomy day today. I'm not sure if you've had the same thing today, 1000, or not. You had to drive home in the rain? Yeah. We love it. Oops. These low-key remind me of like old like Zener game blocks. I don't know why. I feel like these blocks are a little flat. Maybe if you were to tone down the brightness of the background, it would make them pop out a little bit more. And I do feel like there could be a little more complexity with these backgrounds. They are fairly simple. I can slide? What if I don't want to slide, bro? Yeah, I feel like there's a large disconnect between the foreground and the background as well. Oh, that's okay. It does end quite suddenly. I feel like the main thing I would do is this background is a little bit too bright. Do you have a background trigger or anything? Oh yeah, pulse. Okay. I'll just make the background a little bit darker, you know. A little darker, maybe like a little bit like this. In my opinion, that just makes it better than that, which is what it like currently is. I don't know. Having a dark background and a light foreground just always looks better, I think. So, if the colors were worked a little bit, feel free to request it to me again. But I feel like as it currently stands, the colors are really just taking it back for me. Gameplay wasn't bad. You did do a good job with the gameplay, for sure. I think the colors need to be reworked a little bit, unfortunately. 400. 28. Level download failed. Okay. The daily is out. Walkout daily. This level's, first of all, very short. Second of all, kind of hard to tell what the hitboxes are on these blocks. Third, I feel like the deco is a little... I don't want to say recent tabby, but it's kind of getting in that lane for me, unfortunately. I think that just there could be like a deco overhaul. Sulfur by Akbaz, really? Good on him. Uh, 407. 339. When will the form be reset? I've noticed that you asked like 14 times so far, so when you stop asking. Thank you very much. I quite like these ideas. The blocks themselves are a little difficult to see, but the ideas are decent. There could be something in these blocks because they are just large circles. Like large black circles, so having something in them to like fill that space would be cool. I feel like the intensity here is kind of underwhelming. Like there could be some pulsing going on. Not the biggest fan of these colors, unfortunately. I feel like this bright red isn't the best color scheme, in my opinion, for that part. I do like, actually. I just noticed the little rainbow shining on these saw blades. That's pretty cool. I have no idea what gravity I am. Okay. Still got some decent ideas. I think the deco just needs a little bit more work, especially with the colors. Okay. The colors of this water, though, that's a good gradient right there. There's definitely a lot of potential here.
Huh?
Nice end screen. Seven star. 10? I guess, yeah. I just thought it was a 7 for some reason. I think... Let me play through the beginning real quick again. This part was actually pretty decent. I think that the blocks, the way that they pulse, from time to time are a little difficult to see. Especially when it's like these smaller blocks. Like, where is it at? Yeah, these ones right here, those small 1x1s. A little difficult to see. This part, I just feel like there could be a little bit more going on within the blocks themselves. I realize that this is like a sunset style. But a lot of sunset styles, I think, really should work on the overall shapes of the blocks, rather than just like filling up empty space. I think a good sunset level focus on the shapes than anything. For me, the colors are, I think the shade of the grass, and then the, like that dirt, I guess you could call it, like the main part of the blocks. It just doesn't really do it for me, unfortunately. But I do like the ideas a lot, so I think I'll go ahead and send this for a rate. $4.23. 106. Oh, okay. Oh, it's this song. Yeah, we're changing the song, dude. I'm not listening to that song. Thank you, creator of this level, for allowing me to change the song. But I will have to still ask, why did you use that song in the first place? This is honestly just better vibes than some person with, you know, too much Vocaloid, like screaming at the top of the lungs. Which is what the other song is. I do like the pastel nature of this rainbow, of the rainbow colors here. That's pretty cool. I haven't used rainbow blocks in one of my levels in a long time. But if I were to use a rainbow block, I would definitely do this more pastel color. Lots of jumping over pads here. Don't mind it. Does get a little repetitive. Can I delete this song? No? Down. Two girls should play this level? What? Do you need to be 80 plus to be a mod? No. You just have to be mature enough. Adds jump scare. Unfortunate. Decent ideas. Colors are a little dull in some parts. I feel like the I forgot to change the song, so everyone can enjoy this song. This is why I changed the song. I'm done with that. Lucky to the people who have ads. Exactly, you didn't have to hear that song. Hate that song, bro. I'll send it for a rating. But only because you can change the song. If you could not change the song, I would definitely not send that level. Just saying that level, I hate that song. Do you need to be 18 plus to be a GD mod? You do not. It's just typically people who are 18 plus, because generally people who are non-adults in most cases are not the most mature and fit for mod. That is the reason why most, except for I think Juan, are adults. I think Juan is the only non-adult mod. But Juan's like 17, so still. My platformer is in the Synth tab right now. Really? What, Nivalis? Let's see where it's at. Wow. Cool. Rob, rate some platforms right now. You won't. How do I feel about people spamming their levels in the request form? I think they're stupid. And I think that they're so stupid that I went ahead and I created a script that deletes those duplicate IDs from the form. So yes, I took the effort to make a script that deals with that because that's how stupid those people are, in my opinion. I don't care. I can be blunt about it. This level low-key reminds me of like a Sweet Sin level, but it's kind of there. Made in one day. Inspired by Sweet Sin, I can definitely see that. Are generic levels back? I don't know. I mean, this is like your typical, like, more simple design style that I've seen. This honestly does look like a Sweet Sin level now that I'm looking at it. Like, it says inspired by Sweet Sin, but it looks like something that Sweet Sin literally made. So, you know. What are their other levels look like? Super Unk Map 1.9. Rest in peace, Mookie. Let's see what their rated level looks like. Looks like it died daily. Okay. So they go for a generally more simple style. I got you. In that case, I think this is fine for like a rate. Am I picking levels randomly or using a queue? I'm picking levels randomly from the form. 438. 141. Whoa, skip that orb and pad combo, alright. These blocks are not bad, actually. I think the outline is just a little bit too thick. Exhibit A. I definitely like what this level's going for. It's unfortunately a little bit on the messy side. Definitely has a simple style as well, which isn't a bad thing, but this is like the type of Christmas level you would get in like 2016. I just think the biggest problem with it, unfortunately, is just it feels quite messy. Hide behind the wall? What? Are we getting sniped or something? Okay. That's some interesting gameplay. I'm not sure why I died there exactly. Definitely some buggy gameplay here. So I'll go back and try to fix whatever I'm dying to. Yeah, not bad by any means. I just think it could be a little more like the things could have been placed in better places. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that just like kind of overlapping. And the gameplay is on the rougher side for me, especially like that one transition that I kept on dying to. I'm not sure what the deal was there, but I would definitely go back and try and fix that. But other than that, I pretty much agree with what Infra said here. So I will skip routers on this today. What's up, Kringle the second? How are you? Welcome in. $444. $31. We have a platformer. Sploinky. Room-based platformer. Alright. You guys know how I feel about room-based platformers. Sound effects are a little bit jarring. Kind of hard to tell as well when the camera or when the gameplay is going to flip around. I feel like there could have been a little bit more Is this a 2-player level or no? I actually cannot tell what the gimmick here is. Is it just like time-based? If not, or if so, that could be indicated a little bit better. Kind of not sure what the deal is though. Okay. One thing I'm still not used to is camera or the arrow triggers with platformer. In terms of like what direction I need to push. And that just comes from me not playing enough platformer levels, I guess. Kind of hard to tell what's going on, if I'm being honest. The low gravity thing also is kind of tripping me out. Unfortunately, you have to wait here, so it kind of does get towards the more boring side, if I'm honest. I think that I've seen enough of this level, so we'll just see if there's anything different in the last 5 rooms. Looks like that is not the case. Okay. I mean, good variety in rooms. I just think that the gameplay gimmick, unless I was missing something, it just did not seem indicated in a way that made it seem fair to the player. But yeah. I think I'll pass on this one for now. Someone's name is Christ is God. Fair enough. 449. 378. Can't let go. Obviously that's a fake. Oh god, what's about to happen here? Okay. Excuse me. The colors are a little bit too dull, in my opinion. I do like the bot designs, actually. maybe there could be some more like pulsing or something going on here. Like I do appreciate like the colored objects moving around. Maybe if they're a little bit more flashy, it'd make the park look a little less static. I think this giant lightning bolt that's like pulsing on the screen, not the biggest fan of it. It just kind of feels a little bit on the messier side of things. What? Oh, I did not see that second orb. I was definitely supposed to jump there, but thank you GD Hitboxes for allowing me to jump. Interesting ideas. I think the overall product is good, so I'll probably send this for a star rate. Gameplay itself was decent. There were some parts that I kind of died to, but that was just me being bad. But I think it's still good enough for like a rate. Skip request. Let's go ahead and do that. Make sure I delete the previous response before I do that. What is this? Morning Castle. Okay. It's 4 minutes, so I think we can just go ahead and just watch through it. Why not? Hopefully the video is not like 20 minutes long or something. 4 minutes? Sure. I will watch it in 2x speed though. It's not a rune-based platformer, so you do have that going for yourself. Looks like there's maybe a wind mechanic going on. Nice. And a lightning bolt mechanic, yeah. Lightning bolt mechanics are they're, how do I say this? It's a bold move to put a lightning bolt mechanic in a level, because depending on the way that you set your gameplay up, it can just turn into like a just sitting there and waiting for the lightning bolt to pass simulator, and that gets kind of boring, especially if it's like a fairly long section without that many checkpoints. I do like the saw blades there actually, where they kind of like disappear and reappear. Now we got a bit of a tower-based section. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of in levels is when coins do what that blue coin did, where it's like, alright, you got to the top of the section. Now, to get this coin, you have to fall down and do a portion of that section again. It's just kind of not the most enjoyable thing ever. Just like forcing the player to repeat something that they've already done just for a collectible on a level that's you already need like 2 others. Just not the biggest fan when levels do that, but I think the level overall is decent because it definitely has some decent ideas. The colors are good. I think that the lighting mechanic isn't taking too much away from the level, so I'll probably send it for future. Okay. Next up, how many levels we got? 463. 276. Where's the form? Look at the pinned message, or look at the bottom right hand of your screen. No key reset? No reset for this level. We are at an hour. But it did take me a little while to start up the stream because I was doing other stuff. so I'll reset it after this level. Nice pulses for a 1.9 level. Am I do the levels in order after I reset? Not today. I'll still continue to be doing them in random order. Retray. Nice variety of parts in the level. Not bad by any means. I knew I should have did that. Six creator points. 9 stars? I'd say that's more like an 8-star, but that's just me. Am I doing random forms pick or picking in order? I'm doing random queue. I'll send for a rate. Decent enough for a rate, I think. Okay. Let's go ahead and reset the form since we are at an hour. So there's 512 responses in the form, and then on my filtered sheet that I'm using, which filters out any duplicate responses, there's 468. So that just tells you how many people are sitting here spamming the form, which is quite sad. Whoops, I did not mean to click that already. Alright, form is going to reset in a second. I will be doing a random queue. Make sure to update your answers for the anti-spam question. If I see wave or ship pop up, I will automatically be deleting those requests. When reset, you're missing out because it's happening right now. Alright, let's go ahead and roll the first 20. 1,000, in case you're curious, you are currently number 1, or I guess number 2, because I start off at 2. Is Jordan my hardest level? No. Jordan, I believe, is tier 18 on the Geometry Duvin ladder, and my level, the domain, is tier 20, I think, with some people saying that it should be an extreme demon. I don't know. Either way, when I made those two levels, I did not think that either of them were going to be that high in the GDDL. I did not think that the domain was going to be a tier 20 insane demon, bro. I thought it was. I literally said on my Jordan video, I'm like, all right, this is a hard to insane demon, and then apparently it's a mid-tier insane demon. So that's a creator bias coming into full play there in terms of difficulty. Screw that black orb, by the way. A lot of orbs in this gameplay. Hello, dude. Hold down. There you go. Not that difficult. I like this part a lot, actually. Okay. Some of this gameplay is relatively easy, and there's some parts that are a little bit more difficult. I think some balancing work could be done. Not the biggest fan of this color choice. I think this oversaturated purple, it's just not really the best color to use. Oh, okay. Definitely leaning towards the medium demon side of things. Do you need to resend your level quest when I reset the forms? That is correct. There's some decent parts in this level. Same thing, the colors are not my cup of tea. Especially this purple color. I don't know. I think that purple, if you're going to do it well... let's just find... Copy the object color. You put your object color as... Very interesting way to do purple, or way to do your colors. I don't know. I think that the colors just need a little bit more of a revamp in this part. This part was actually good color-wise. Same with this part. This part actually, I think, is the best in the level. But I think that this general, like, oversaturated blue / purple, just desaturated the purple a little bit, and this part was decent. So I think a rate should be fine. Did I send Orbit before it was rated? I did. $134. We have an Extreme Demon. Very interesting use of the slopes here on the top and bottom of the screen. Putting them on no touch and allowing you to rotate them like that. Very detailed blocks here. Super Hate Me World remake? Don't know. Verified by Zaza, the GOAT. Top 75 Core Extreme Demon made by Bims, verified by Zaza. Is there anything about Super Hate Me World? Super Hate Me World's brother. I do like the overall product. So I think a feature should be fine for that. 141. 134. Oh boy, how long is this level first of all? 18 minutes long level. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the later queue. Definitely staying off of an 18-minute long level right now. 145. 99. Clutterfunk. We got some mythic quality stuff right here, guys. Objectively speaking, by the way. Not even mythic, godlike. Yeah, it's whatever Sync puts in their title, like sending your level for Slaughterhouse, sending your level for Amethyst. It's whatever those are. That's what level of quality this is. Easy coin. Who needs indicators in a UFO section? No one. Oh. The colors are so bright in this part. I love that. I love the camera zoom doesn't have any easing on it. Ooh, okay. Just reminds you of your brother's level. Fair enough. Extreme Demon, 10-star difficulty, Mythic, send. $161. 19. Boomerang. Aw. Got excited because I thought it was Electric Dad's Boomerang, but that's an excellent release. Inspired by a lot of levels. Alright. Not sure how I feel about this camera rotation that's happening. Decoration is decent. I think the there could be a little bit more contrast between the foreground and the background. Like maybe darken the background a little bit. I do like the structuring in this part. I haven't seen like this, these like, what could you call them? The ground spike vines or whatever you want to call them. They're very popular back in like 1.9. Very cool background here, actually. I like those. I haven't been in Extreme. I have. You're on my YouTube. You can check on my page. I have a playlist called Extreme Demon Completions. It's not many, but it's more than I haven't beaten in Extreme. I think Pecha. I haven't heard that name in a while. I think that should be fine. $172. 38. Colors are a little bright. Not sure how I feel about that. I'll definitely darken the colors here for sure. And I'll also add a bit of movement because it's fairly static. Also, this song is very loud, bro. I don't know why. Get ready for what? The final drop. I think what this level needs is a little bit of a color revamp, and I would add some movement to these blocks. Also add some pulsing, because it does seem fairly static in that nature too. I also just skipped that pink word. The colors on the grass down below as well, I think could be redone. So, I think there could be a little bit more work done on this level for me to send it. So if you adapt what I just said, feel free to send it again, unless it's copied, which people are saying it's copied. Let's go find out. Password. You can't even do passwords anymore. What you doing? Oh no, either way. Currently not sending level. $186. 79. Wave JK Cube. Alright. Dreamland. Spooky level. What is that? Is that Freddy Fazbear right there? A lot of off-screen orb gameplay, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I feel like we've definitely done away with this type of gameplay. I'm assuming the little slabs kill you, so I'm just going to avoid them. This level's definitely got some okay ideas. I think that it is a little rough on the edges. There could be a lot more deco work done, in my opinion. Also, Thank you, 2.2 Slow Physics. It definitely gives me like old school, like not quite at map pack level vibes, but like like a level that people would make during like 1.6 or whatever. I do like these darker areas a little bit more. Like the spiders here, that's actually pretty cool. Gameplay is not the most balanced. It's all of a sudden that one funny game level. Is this Death Quarter? Yes. What did that say? 1.8? Yeah. As far as 1.8 levels go, there are a lot more ideas that you could do with what you have available. So try working more with what you have. Some of the gameplay I think is a little too like off screen. So definitely go back and find a way to improve that, I think. 199. 34. Doom Mantis. What a crazy name. Not Victim by Geoslam 1. I don't care about that level. Alright. Another Christmas level. We're getting a lot of Christmas this stream for some reason. I think that the glow on some of these objects is a little overdone. Unironically, this is like the strongest part in the level just because it's the one with the most deco. Definitely as this level goes on, the amount of deco on screen does dwindle. Pretty linearly. It's also not in XL. So I think that I would expand upon what you have and try to apply the current deco ideas found in the first part of the level to the rest of the level, and tone down the glow in that one section towards the end, which is a little bit too bright and glowy. 210. $127. A Misty Walrus level. Platformer. Ori in the Blind Forest, is that you? Oh god, it's a two-player level? Okay. I'm gonna watch the video for it then, just because it's two-player. I don't feel like trying to figure out two-player mechanics right now. Come on. You can download the level. That was paused. Why would you? Okay. That's an annoying configuration menu if that just pops up. I'm assuming that just pops up based on something. It seemed like it popped up during the during the combat with that enemy. So you read the thing in form as Steam username. That's funny. So yeah, we do have a really Ori inspired level. I've played a fair amount of Ori, but not enough to beat the game or anything. The deco isn't bad. It is making me wish that there was more. Like, it is fairly flat. I do like the background a decent amount. Maybe if you added like another couple of layers of parallax, that'd be cool. Not the biggest fan, actually, of like how sudden the shadow is, like between like the rocks here and then like there's just this dark shadow. I feel like if you were to add a little bit more rock texture in these dark areas, it would make it a little bit better. I do like, actually, I just noticed this. I keep on hitting my mic, sorry. The little breath bar. I think that's cool. Alright, I think as for this level, we've kind of seen what it has to offer. So let's just skip to like the end, see if there's like an ending or anything. Okay, so it just ends when you go up there. Gotcha. Decent idea, is fairly simple deco. Unfortunately, nothing that makes me like really jump out and say like, wow, this is really cool looking. I feel like there's just a lot of empty space, both in the background and like in those dark areas that I mentioned. I think that if you were to go back, revamp some of the deco, might send that for a star rate, but I don't know. $225. $155. We have an easy to medium demon. An XL easy to medium demon. Alright. How long is it? It was another 18-minute level. I'm not playing it. 2 minutes 39. That's fine. Let's get it. Interesting that we're going from like the supposed mid-ground to the foreground with this gameplay. Kind of tripped me up then. This does seem to be a Nong level, so we'll see how this replacement song fares. Because after all, that is what I judge a level on, if it is a Nong. If it's a good Nong, but the replacement song is not good, I'm not sending it. That's the bottom line. I think there could be a little more deco variety here. Also, can I just jump across that? Yeah. I do like the little rainbow like behind the restart button, there's like a little like rainbow block right there. That's a neat touch. Kind of wish the level applied itself more towards adding in some random colors, because it does seem like we've been doing this exact same thing for 44% of the level now. Kind of hard to see what game mode you are behind like the trees in the foreground. Underwater. Whoa. Swing on slopes is so weird because it feels like it's bugged, but I'm not sure if RobTop intended that. That's why I never use slopes in a swing section. I wish the background changed, like I said before. It is a little bit difficult to see what the upcoming gameplay is. I feel like this ground portion right here kind of it's cool actually. Kind of doesn't really like separate itself enough from the blocks. Main thing with this level is the background being the same throughout the entire level, from what it seems. So maybe adding another location would be nice to see. But beyond that, it's cool. Creative points, fair enough. Let me just make sure that I wasn't tweaking when I said that the background's the same exact thing. Is there another background anywhere in this level? Okay, we got like a couple more buildings. And then we got this. Then we got the underwater part. Then we're back here. So yeah, the entire background is present throughout the entire level. Okay. Maybe I would add at least one or two more CDCA backgrounds, but I think it's got some good ideas. So I think our rate should be fine. The replacement song seems to fit well in the level as well. $233. 224. Where's that? Right there. Extreme Demon. Okay. Not the biggest fan of these colors, but the structuring is rather interesting. Colors are a bit better, I will give it that. The exit effect there is a bit sudden. Seems to be a 2-player level as well. I do like the usage of breakable blocks here. Gotcha. Not bad. Once again, I think the colors are a little odd, so I'll probably send it for a rate as well as the last level. Can't judge colors well because you're slightly colorblind. I would, yeah, that's one thing that's like, I'm glad I'm not colorblind, just because like, I'm like kind of very specific about the colors that I use. So like if I were colorblind and like if I try to make something that looks really good to me, like obviously like it's not going to look good to everyone else because, you know. 110. Another song that's in the main levels. Got a decent amount of those today. Are we putting IDs in chat? Shameful. You didn't realize I'm top 50 creator points leaderboard? I am. I'm like 33 or something. I can't remember. Also, yeah, it's not a good idea to abbreviate creator points anymore. After the whole Discord deal. Is this like a Tartarus redeco? It looks like a Tartarus redeco. This is a Tartarus remake, gotcha. Flame wall deco. There's some decent parts about this level, but beyond that, can't say too much about it. Yeah. Five-year-old Tartarus. Remake and nerfed. Sure, why not? Cup line with the skip queue. Alright. Let's do it. I've already seen this. I'll I'll refund your points back, cup line, don't worry. Create dashboard, stream manager, record request queue, reject. You should have just gotten your points back. I'll go ahead and mark the other one as complete. Okay. $246. 60. Something, something, never mind. Great username. We're probably going to be streaming for another like 20 or so minutes. This level already looks silly, and I like it. The silliness factor, that is. Deco is needing a bit more work. I do like the overall idea, though. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. There's some snakes, I guess. Snakes are back. This level's ideas are interesting. It just cool space background. I just think there could be a little bit more deco work going on. Like fire. I'd say that's more of an 8, personally. All of a sudden, a very detailed galaxy. Yeah, that happens a lot with levels. It's like, all right, bit of a simple level up until like this one part that has a very detailed space background. 56. Yeah, it's always space background as well. It's never anything else. Why? Could not tell you. Yeah, appreciate it, Kringle, the second. Thank you for the kind words. Once again, this oversaturated purple, like I said before, not the biggest fan of, unfortunately. That was a very easy coin. At least there's a wide variety of parts in this level. Each with different color schemes. This part's actually kind of decent. I would say that if the background color was a little darker, I think it would look a little bit better than it currently does. Because it would really make the block designs really pop out more. Made in 3 days. What did I say about purple? I said that typically oversaturated purple just doesn't really look good, in my opinion. Like, let me do something. Let me just show you guys something. So, something that I do with purple, let me find it. Let me change this to purple. Is something like this. Let me give you something on the background, just like, whoops, my thing is down. Okay. Like desaturated purple, or saturated purple for that matter. Make it bright in the middle. Like, if you want a saturated purple, this is very saturated purple. But like desaturated towards the beginning or towards the middle, because like if you do this and then that and then that just doesn't really look good. So adding a little bit of blue hue to it looks a lot better. Well, yeah, there were some decent parts in this level. I think that the colors were okay for the most part. Oh no, why I just pressed. But think I'll pass on it for now. Do I mind if we send you an unfinished level to see if it can get rated if it's done? Preferably I would rather those levels go to like the feedback section of my Discord server, just because of the stream just being levels that are currently eligible of getting a send, not ones that are like opinions of if it can get sent in the future. 211. We have another demon. Is this live? No, it's a recording. Sorry to break it to you guys. Well, I do appreciate the sketchbook idea. I've seen this done a couple times, and unfortunately what other levels that do this style have on this level is that it has a song that's not so loud, first of all, but it also has stuff going on in the backgrounds, which this level is severely lacking. Also, another thing that those levels do is like it kind of does like a not really frame by frame animation, but you could call it that, but like have another set of lines like slightly rotated so that the lines are going back and forth between the two. I can show you what I mean after this level. Because I have a level that does something similar, but it's not this style. But it's a good example of what I'm trying to convey. Low-key, the scaled down details in those blocks in the center, that actually look kind of cool. But yeah, adding some movement, adding a background, adding a little bit more song rep would be really beneficial for this level. That's an evil ending, bro. How do you request a level in my server? You have to wait until I ping the level request role that I've opened the request channel, which it is currently closed. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about at this part right here. You can see like kind of the outlines have like a little bit of like two sets of how they're rotated, and they just kind of go back and forth. So yeah, do something like that. I think that'd be cool. $2.16. $1.90. Another demon level? Damn. When form reset? Next stream, because I'm not going to be having any more form resets this stream. Only going to be streaming for like 10 more minutes. Tonight is going to be a long night. Designs here, I think, are a little bit overshadowed by this glow on the left and right side of the screen. I think toning that down a little bit would make the blocks pop out more. This level definitely has some neat ideas with these rainbow blocks, or with the rainbow color scheme, I should say. This part does drag on a little bit. This part's cool though. I like the animations in the background. This low-key gives me, it reminds me of, oh god, who made that part in Nightshade? Rollin? This level low-key reminds me of just Rollin style. Or just like Nightshade in general. Which I can say that because I have a part in that level. Interesting stuff. Let's see if the replacement song does anything good. Because if it don't, Ghost House, yeah, sure. Huh. Hate to say it, but that doesn't really sync up that well. Yeah. This part was cool. Good job on the pulses here. Definitely a lot of complicated pulses. Decent ideas, but I think that the overall level just needed a little more unique ideas. I think a lot of them are like really similar to like older like Rowan, and then I think it's Rowan, I swear it's Rowan. But Nightshade is very much what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of a other level that is something similar to this level. I think I'll pass on this for now, mainly because of the replacement song not being the best choice currently. Alright, 263. Next one is Yours Trust. It's 199, so we'll see. Nope, it's not yours. It's an older level. Using Stalemate. Goated song. We have a memory level? Okay. I don't think this one's a demon, so there being memory in the first couple seconds is intriguing for a level of a non-demon difficulty. That is a very invisible spike. I'm just going to hold until the end of the level, I swear. Now it's Arcturus. I'm guessing I can stop holding now? Yeah. It does what a lot of other red hell levels does. Kind of wish it was a little bit more unique in that front. And the gameplay being 90% hold is interesting. There's a satchel Lacuna Cone. It is. Interesting. Four years ago. Updated 2 years ago. Anyways, I think even though this level's old, I think it still could have had a little bit more identity to it, just because it kind of blends in with the other large amount of hell levels that look like this. So I'll probably skip on that for now. Is the stream ending in like 4 or so minutes? But what is happening in the chat? I see like a million people saying like they're copying each other. 268. And we roll 224. We've been in the high hundreds for a long time. It would be nice to get back in like the 40s or something. Goated song choice. Easy, normal, hard. Alright. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. There's a lot of gems in this level. I'm not sure if they're just like for decoration or like if they're collectibles. Next part is player color. This looks disgusting with my player colors. Wow. It feels so foggy. I don't know why it's so foggy. Well, some interesting ideas, that's for certain. Does kind of feel like there's not much continuity throughout the entire level. We've seen a lot of stuff throughout this level. I think the glow on these orbs could be toned down a bit. I low-key want to make a level to this song. I feel like I could definitely like do this first drop justice. Oh, what bullshit. Holy Cyreed. Yeah. I feel like once you've become a mod and you play as many levels I played, your sight reading game definitely improves. But I want to do show one thing real quick. First of all, turn on these effect lines. Rob Top, we need a freaking hotkey for that. Thank you very much. You added a hotkey for this right here, but you didn't add a hotkey for the effect lines? Come on now. Anyways, this glow right here. One thing that I think could be improved, which I'll just demonstrate quickly. So let's just do this. Set this all to like B1. Get an orb. Set this on B2. This is how I do my glow. So we have a very small one right here. Get this out of here. Scale it down. And make it bright and a little bit desaturated almost. Scale it down more actually, just to reflect that. This is blending, right? Yeah, okay. Let's bring that up a bit, and then make sure there's B1 as well. 4 times scale is fine. Make it saturated, make it very dark. Actually, let's bring that scale like to 2.5. Then the main thing that you want to do is hue shift it, and for yellow orbs, hue shifting it towards red is better. So minus 35 is typically what I like to do. And then make it like 0.3 or something. Between the 0.3 and 0.4 range, depending on how like bright you want it to be. But yeah. That's what I do with stuff like this. In my opinion, that looks a bit better than these, which are way overdone. So I think the colors could be improved in a couple of these parts. Gameplay was decent. I did sight read a lot of it. But I think there could be a little bit more polish done. And maybe some more song representation, because that song is fairly intense. And I didn't really feel like there was a lot of like pulse work being done, unfortunately. So maybe adding a little bit more pulsing would be really cool to see. We rolled 90, yay, below 100. Maybe a hard to insane demon. Alright. What is happening in the chat, bro? People are freaking out, dude. I'm just wasting time in the editor. No, I'm giving a creator advice on how to improve something. Saying that I'm wasting time in the editor is kind of stupid.
Huh?
Huh? This looks cool. I'm gonna say that. YouTube chatter for sure. You were correct. Low key, I don't know why this screen with the text goes so hard. Why does this go hard? This is cool. Do you get more points the longer the streak? I think the max you can get is 450. I like these colors a bit. I think that I still liked the free drop portions a little bit more than these. But it's got a good amount of energy. I think the vibes in these parts just really like take the cake for me. This part was really cool. And then this part with the title screen, which is what you can call this, very cool as well. But as intense as this is, I do think that it could be a little less, I won't say messy, but there's a lot of like overlapping stuff in my opinion. Why don't moderators check out the magic tab? We do from time to time. It's not our primary source of levels, but it's definitely something that we do check. Yeah, very cool level. Two years ago as well. That's me, of course. There's a Spark comment. Good stuff. Check in order, not randomly, to make it fair. You do realize that that would be only fair for the first 15 or so levels in the form, right? Like, we would not be rolling levels past just because of the amount of levels that I would be getting. Alright, so people over here with like, you know, form, you know, like 180 something, they would never be played. Just saying. Roll number 2. That is your level. It's a very old level as well. We're talking like 2018, 2019. Alright, let's play one more level, and then I'm ending the stream. Just because it's 8 o'clock. 278. 92. Alright, that did not change at all. Sure. The finale dash. Whoa. Do you think there could be a background here? it is fairly empty. Most of this gameplay is also orbs, which I'm not really the biggest fan of generally. Blocks here could be moving a bit, makes it a little less static. Some more deco within these larger structures would be nice as well. Also making that ball portal invisible, generally not a good idea. Same with that wave portal. See, I wish I knew I needed to jump there. Hitboxes on those blocks are a little odd. Whoops. Probably put a checkpoint down at some point. This level is mythic. Honestly, you're right. Now that I'm looking at it, very much mythic. Especially that jump. That's the most mythic worthy jump, guys. Send this for mythic. I got you guys, don't worry. Oh, it's a multi-orb? Okay, I did not see that. I was just kind of banking on my timing of the orb. I remember Nazgub said Rock Mountain, Motain. That did happen. That was like an 8-star. Alright guys, it has been sent for mythic, 100% legit. Ignore the fact that it did not show up in the sent tab. I have a special folder that goes directly to Rob. It actually has a notification that whenever I send a level in this folder, it pops up on his desktop, so he'll rate it within the next like 30 seconds. Trust. Alright. Let's go play the daily. Act bad if I don't beat this level first try. It sucks. Just kidding. I'm not having that star grinder mentality that people have. I'm one of the people who's like, hey, there's a thing called practice mode, you should go use it. Yeah, too many people in this game nowadays are like, if I don't beat this level in the first attempt, I'm gonna go message the creator and I'm gonna like send death threats to them. Like, I don't know why that's become the norm. That's honestly why I've turned off messages on GD, because too many people did that, even before I was a mod. Colors are kind of weird on the daily. Yeah, I was low-key thinking something like that. I'm like, these are weird colors, bro. Also, is it just me, or in 2.2 has this gameplay gimmick become more popular, where like there's like a roof instead of a ground? There's like more like a roof in a lot of these levels. It's become really popular lately. Interesting song as well. Screw that coin. I mean, it's not difficult, but I don't feel like getting it. I'm honestly, it might be a hot take, but I think I would have probably sent this for a feature. I don't know, these colors are a little too odd. Alright, since I died there, I'm going for that coin in the wave. I don't know if I was supposed to hit that late or early. I just hit in the wrong portion, I guess. I'm not sure if you're supposed to go on top of that block or if you gotta hit it in a certain way that you go below the spike. Either way, we'll have another chance at it. This part's cool. I like these colors. I think the more Eclipse colors, they just don't really do it for me, unfortunately. I'm always scared of those rigid edges on the slope there that you can't hit it. I think that they're spikes, but they're not. Hey, keep going. Okay. Alright, what's the deal with this coin? Do you gotta like land on top of the block? Is that what you gotta do? Yeah, very obvious. Apparently there was another coin. Alright, cool. How long am I going to be streaming? For about roughly like 30 seconds. Because I'm ending the stream. Alright, let's go ahead and just raid someone real quick. You know, let's raid Quan. Why not? Kron's the goat, so let's go raid them. Appreciate everybody for coming out. Join the Discord, all that. YouTube. If you wish to participate in the raid, go over to Twitch. But yeah, appreciate everybody for coming out. See you guys.